11:47 a.m.
Hi, baby. Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
Jules, this is Ryan. Listen, on an airplane that's been hijacked, if things will go well, and it's not looking good, I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. So happy to time. Same to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you, and I will see you later. Bye, babe.
What are those people going to do? All the elevators are blocked out.
In a country that most people would struggle to find on a map, in a compound that few possess the courage to enter, men from my previous life took the fight to our enemy. In that compound, they found men that pray 5 times a day for your destruction. Those men don't care about your religious beliefs. They don't care about your political opinions. They don't care if you sit on the left or the right, liberal or conservative, pacifist or warrior. They don't care how much you believe in diversity, equality, or freedom of speech. They don't care. I'm sorry you've never smelled the breath of a man who wants to kill you. I'm sorry you've never felt the alarm bells ringing in your body, the combination of fear and adrenaline as you move towards the fight instead of running from it. I'm sorry you've never heard someone cry out for help or cried out for help yourself, relying on the courage of others to bring you home. I'm sorry you've never tasted the salt from your own tears as you stand at flag-draped coffins burying men you were humbled to call your friends. I don't wish those experiences on you, but I do wish you had them. Most will never understand the sacrifice required to keep evil men like those from that distant compound away from our doorstep. But it would not hurt you to try and understand. It would not hurt you to take a moment to respect the sacrifices that others make on your behalf, whether they share your opinions or not. It would not hurt you to take a moment to think of the relentless drain on family, friends, and loved ones that are left behind, sometimes for weeks, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, sometimes forever. Ideas are not protected by words. Paper and ink may outline the foundation and principles of this nation, but it is blood, only blood, that protects it. In that dusty compound, a man you have never met gave everything he had so that you have the freedom to think, speak, and act however you choose. He went there for all of us, whether you loved or hated what he stood for. He went there to preserve the opportunity and privilege to believe, to be, and to become what we want. You have the choice every day as to which category you want to be in which direction you want to move. You have that choice because the best among us, the best we ever had to offer, fought and bled and died for it. Don't ever forget that. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SITREP. Before we get this show started, today was a rough day. And Alpha and I both, after Badlands Daily this morning, found out that we lost not just an imperative person to this movement, but also a dear friend of both of ours. Somebody that was just absolutely an incredible human being, a brilliant mind, somebody that you could always go to for advice, that always had the answers. Or if he didn't have the answer, he would make you ask the right questions. And we're talking about Boone Cutler. And absolute travesty today to lose him. And throw that up there. That was me and Boone back, I think, around 2016 or so, with a bunch of other war fighters. And man, this one hit hard, bro.
It did. It does. A lot of people, I don't know if I've even shared it. Boone is the first person that approached me in this movement, my podcast career. I was at a Reawaken America conference in, I think it was Anaheim or Corona. It was that area. And I had asked for a media booth for, this new podcast thing that I was doing. And they're like, yeah, sure. They're pretty, well received, receptive about it. And I get this little corner table and I'm so intimidated by all these people that have these backdrops, all this professional equipment. I'm in there with a soundboard, one camera, and two rinky-dink microphones. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, all right, how do I get somebody over to interview? Like, how do you do this, right? And the detective part of me notices there's someone in the room that's been staring at me, right? So I'm looking at this guy, and eventually, I'm asking some people over to interview, and one of the people that, as a matter of fact, the very first person I interviewed was Ann Vandersteel. And then shortly after that, this guy comes and he sits right in front. He pulls out a chair and he sits right in front of me. He's just staring at me, right?
With his glasses on.
He got these shades on, right? And I'm thinking, who the fuck is this guy, right? Because he starts talking to me like he knows me, like we're homies on the block. And he starts telling me things that I was doing good, things that he liked, that he saw, feedback. He immediately went into coaching and mentoring like that. And we had a conversation. And he said, hey, man, don't stop and don't slow. Here's my phone number. Here's the name you're going to use to put in your phone, which I'm not going to repeat. All right. I'll take that name to the grave with me. But I put him in my phone as that. And there began the friendship, and someone who guided me, was a mentor to me, connected me with the general. He's helped me way more than I can ever say publicly, but he was a friend. He was definitely a friend, and my heart hurts right now.
Yeah, big time. So, he passed away this morning. He had a heart attack. He was in Washington, D.C. with General Flynn. And I actually got the phone call while we were on daily, and a text message to call, my dear friend. And I'm probably pretty glad I didn't, because that would have just ruined the rest of the show for me. So rest in peace, Boone. And, God bless his family. He's got, 2 kids. I think he only has 2 kids. I know 2, his son and his daughter. All right, let's go ahead and get into our sponsors, and then we'll bring our guest on for tonight. It's going to be a fun conversation. Before we get rocking,
Let's talk about our friends over at Loaded Gun Coffee. You guys are all familiar with Loaded Gun Coffee. They've been a longtime supporter here at Badlands, and you may have met them in person at our GART events. But did you know that they are a veteran-ran, family-owned shop in Lake Havasu, Arizona? Every bag of their whole bean coffee delivers a high-octane, patriotic punch of flavor. With a long family history of commitment to freedom, every bag is a testament of pride and honor, from the skilled farmers who cultivate each blend to their roasters who handpick the finest coffee beans from around the world. Loaded Gun Coffee has mastered the unique brewing methods, resulting in the best tasting coffee around. The coffee is smooth and delicious, the perfect way to start your mornings. Get over to badlandsmedia.tv/loaded and use promo code Badlands to get 10% off your order. If you're in Lake Havasu, stop in their newly renovated store and say hello. Again, that's badlandsmedia.tv/loaded, promo code Badlands, and stay loaded with Loaded Gun Coffee. All right, and let's talk about our friends over at Silent. Introducing Silent, empower your right to disconnect with Silent Faraday cage bags. In a world where tech never sleeps, our mission is to keep you safe, private, and healthy. Our patented technology shields your devices from hacking, tracking, and EMF radiation, giving you autonomy over your digital life. Disconnecting sparks creativity, strengthens your relationships, and brings peace of mind. With Silent, you get effortless gear built with integrity, always staying one step ahead to protect your data and security. Choose Silent and reclaim your freedom to disconnect. Visit badlandsmedia.tv/Faraday and use promo code Badlands to snag your 10% discount. Again, that's badlandsmedia.tv/Faraday and use promo code Badlands. All right. What's up?
There is a video that I would like to play. It's fairly long. It's almost 4 minutes. And it's from...
Hang on, because we got our guest backstage, but what do you got?
Oh, we can save it for the end then. We'll save it for the end. It's
Okay,
it's the one General Flynn posted about Boone's oath and the story behind it. But we can close the show with that.
The Spartan Pledge. Yeah, I was there at that event. So we'll play that as our outro and you know, maybe tell some more stories, because I know we've all got a lot of stories with Boone, and just a great man. All right, so we're gonna go through and have a discussion tonight about last week's events, and here to join us tonight we've got a Marine Scout sniper, and you guys may have seen he's got a video going pretty viral right now, and we're going to discuss this. And I think me and Alpha, so I think there's like three-way disagreements here. Like, me and Alpha disagree on certain aspects, and we'll get into it. But I want to introduce to you guys to Zeb Boykin. Zeb, how you doing, brother?
I am tired, hungry. It is what it is, man. It's crunch time, though. I mean, if we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it. I'm just glad to be here. Little bit of traction, man. I got a lot coming up here recently, and hopefully I'm here to take as much critique as I can. In fact, I would prefer to be wrong. I would prefer to trust the FBI, but here we are. And so maybe we can come to a little bit of consensus by the end of this. And I again appreciate you for having me. And I mean, this is y'all's world. I'm just taking a peek into it. They brought me out of retirement. I didn't want to do it. They brought me out of retirement, and here I am. So I appreciate you for having me on.
Sure. So before we get started with this, we are an all veteran podcast, and so all our guests are vets. So if you don't mind, Zeb, give a little overview of your service. We're all three Marines here, all three O3s. So yeah, tell us about your service, brother.
Yeah, so I essentially dropped out of college. I was playing college ball and wasn't having it. Grades weren't great. It's college, whatever. Anyway, dropped out, joined the Marine Corps back in the 19. I would have been early 20. I've been early 20, May of would have been 2012. So 2012, I went in and I ended up on a fast company contract, which would have been 8152. Fast company contracted. Fast company went up there, went through boot camp SY. They have BSG, basic security guard course, and then went to a fast company platoon. I don't know if y'all know Major Fred Galvin. He was my first company commander. He wrote a few bad men. He got demoted and kicked out for quote unquote war crimes, but found innocent after that. But You know what I'm talking about? Fred Galvin, Major Fred Galvin. No.
I don't, but it sounds like a good book that I want to read and a story I want to
Check
read.
him out.
That's what I was
Check him
thinking.
out. A Few Bad Men, and well, he was Marsoc. He was a Raider. Anyway, he got in trouble for Afghanistan for well, I won't spoil it. You can read the book. Check it out.
Wait. What did he get in trouble in Afghanistan for? It wasn't the pissing on. It was
war crimes. No, that was a separate platoon. That was
that was a bunch of snipers, and that was at my.
You're gonna get me in trouble, man. I'm starting. You're gonna get me in trouble. I'm trying. I don't want to relive it. But no, that was a separate time. He was with Raiders. The peeing on the bodies, I'm pretty sure was. Don't quote me on this. 39 Scout Snipers, but
I believe it was 3-2 Scout Snipers. They were actually the guys that they were the guys that ripped with us in Musa Kala, Afghanistan, and I knew exactly where all of that took place. They were the guys that did a replacement in RIP, whatever the RIP stands for.
Yeah, close enough. I don't have an extreme deep knowledge on that. Like I said, dude, y'all been around it. Like I said, dude, I haven't touched this stuff in like 8 years. Anyway, so I did fast company. Ended up in we did DM school at Dam Neck. Had some crossing with some guys up there. That was fun. Fantastic course. Great instructors. They left right after our class, but after that I did a refuel, defuel, RFDF. We did ran security and ran security for nuclear rod spent and unspent material from we did that first in Newport News, Virginia, and then we ended up in Kittery, Maine, or Portsmouth, New Hampshire, up there for a second refuel defuel later on. After I did a Cuba trip for 4 months, we did security in Cuba and Gitmo on the fence line for that. I ran SOG for that, so I was kind of skating pretty hard. Then ended up, so after that, the second refuel, defuel, ended up in the fleet and went to 1-6. About 2 weeks into 1-6, ended up in the State Platoon. State Platoon sent me to school. After that, I think I failed land now the first time. I mean, they paint the sticks brown in the middle of the woods. But anyway, I went back second time to go freeze in December for that. Had a good time, had a good group of guys there, great instructors. But we did that, and then I ended up on a MU after that. I did a MU, and we did some reconnaissance off of USS Carney into Sirte, Libya, as if I want to drop bombs on them. And then we did a lot of reporting on that. Outside of that, we were on USS Wasp. Spent a lot of time with the recon guys on there because they had a makeshift gym, and we were trying not to be in that crowded space on ships. So that's basically it. I got back and then got out. I tried to re-enlist for another 2 years because I needed a cool off period. But Master Guns didn't want me to do that. He said I'd only been on one deployment, which was whatever. We had an exchange of words, and then so that didn't happen. I didn't get another 2 years in, and got out, went through a couple of jobs, and here I am now. Another 8 years.
Real quick, Zeb, can you just double check and make sure that your mic is on your actual mic and not your computer's mic? Yeah, I think you're on your computer's mic, because you should. You don't sound bad, but you don't sound as good as you should with an
Better.
actual. Say that again.
Better.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Apologies.
No, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
So for those that don't know, Zeb, going through Scout Sniper School, that is one of, if not the toughest school in all of the military. It is an extremely tough school to get through, and for that reason, we hold our Scout Snipers, our stay guys, in the highest of regard in the infantry. So. Hat tip to you.
Just land nav. Just land nav.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. No, it was. I mean, I had a good time, dude. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed I enjoyed all the hard times. Embrace the suck. Suck it up and keep on. Dude, I miss it. I miss it. I think a lot of us do really miss the camaraderie. I don't miss sitting at the armory at 3:00 in the morning and wait until 6 to actually get guns. But it comes with the territory. So here we are.
I'll say it now because we're old men. I would have never admitted it back then. But listen, all the Marines want to be a Marine sniper. Listen,
Well, hang on.
Don't go there. Listen,
hang on.
I love you, Brian. But when you were in boot camp, you weren't thinking about dropping, big bullets down the tube. We all wanted to put the Ghillie suit on. We all wanted to be Carlos Hathcock, bro. We did.
When I got to the fleet, bro, they our company commander pulled aside 3 guys, and all 3 guys.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh well, all 3 guys.
No, go ahead.
They were 300 PFTers. They were, the shit hot guys. And when he pulled them aside to ask them if they wanted to go to the stay platoon, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not getting invited? I got a 300 PFT. I've got a 142 ASVAB score. Like, why am I not getting invited? To find out because I was married already. But I was so fucking jealous. So I'm with you on that, Alpha. But when we were in Afghanistan on our first pump, no offense to you guys, our snipers sucked, dude. Our snipers were bad. I got a video of them taking a shot with the Sasser 50, and literally the guy that's spotting for him goes, "Bro, I told you go left 50. You went right 50."
It happens. It happens more than you think. It happens more than you think. If your shooter has to be a kind of a filter for the spotter, because there's it's a lot of communication, and if it's not on point, and if you don't have your own thought process as a shooter to kind of check the spotter and back and forth, then you're gonna have a little bit of miscommunication. It happens. It's happened to me once, but yeah. So I was going to mention, everybody wants to be a sniper. My recruiter was actually a recon scout sniper, and so that was kind of the leap forward for me to try and make that push. So
there you go. Yeah. All right. So Zeb, you have an interesting take on the events that took place last week, and I think all 3 of us can agree that we are not being told anything near the truth of what actually happened. I think all 3 of us have kind of different ideas on what went down. So for those that haven't seen your video, do you want to walk us through? And if you have video that you want to pull up, feel free to share.
I can actually pull up. I just posted a video, a thread on Twitter to push out. Let me see if I can pull up my Twitter thread. Hold on. I got audio somewhere. Here, let me see if I can pull up my Twitter. I'll run through the thread. You can give me an idea of what else you want from that. And then, is this good enough?
Oh, hold on. If you go, Zeb, if you click the little icon down there that looks like a computer screen.
Yeah, my computer screen. I got a stupid wide computer screen. It's probably going to share something insane.
Well, if you go to share screen, you can share. Here, let me see if I can pull. You said
I don't even have permissions on. Hold on.
I'm on his page too. So,
is this it, Zeb?
1 second.
I think I'm sharing it.
I got so many tabs open right now. Later, yeah. If you could pull up the, okay, you got access to it. We can do
there you
go. That's easy. That's easy. All right, so obviously, I built it inside my head, and I can't express what it is. And so, what I wanted to do is get somebody that can do 3D blending. I feel like I gave them all relevant information that they would need. To draw lines wherever they needed to for line of sight. We'll go through this, and then y'all can kind of poke and prod on where I've come from. Anyway, so we got 4 cameras here. I just told them to put the cameras down, get close, just get close. It doesn't have to be exact. Get close. I mean, everything I do is ballpark, right? I used to tell my shooter, just put the crosshairs on the target and pull the trigger, dude. It'll hit. Load your dope and pull the trigger. Anyway, yeah, 4 cameras. Charlie Kirk, have the chair, have the table, have Charlie Kirk, have your 4 cameras in location, and then and obviously the setting, get your measurements correct. And then if you scroll down to next thread, we'll get into what I believe to be bullets. Now we can get into question of like the videography side of it here in a second, but let's just can you full frame that one? All right, so we have the arrow is I know it I know what it sounds like. Trust me, I know. I know. This is I'm assuming the bullet breaking the sound barrier accidentally. The circle is a reflection of that in some way. And then the square is where that reflection is on that window. And so you and then you have camera location, and so you can place that bullet in 3D space. I mean, you don't even have to triangulate. You have 4. I mean, you could do like 3 triangulations to get, I mean, exact if you wanted to. And then all you have to do is trace back 45 degrees top left off of the 90-degree white angle looking thing, if you will. I'm perfectly willing to be wrong on this. Somebody has to throw it in Blender and show me that it doesn't point exactly where it's pointing. To some extent. And then if we go down, there's another 3 photos, which are what I believe two of them are from that same exact camera angle. Whoever filmed that angle, that camera is Patriot, possibly, if I'm right. And then, all right, so this is one on exit. I know it doesn't show it's hit him yet, but this is on exit. The next one is the same frame. You go to next image.
Yep, stand by.
No, you're good. And so if we go to next image, this is basically same camera, next frame, and it's appearing. And then if you go next one, this is the other camera, same exact frame as the other bullets.
So okay, so I
initially thought this was pre-hit, but it's not. It's not because it matches up with the other bullets frames, and it's one frame prior to Charlie Kirk appearing to be hit. It takes time to move mass. We're looking at 30ths of a second here. The expansion is going to take time. The exit to show is going to take a slight. I think you can give me like a frame and a half, 2 frames. I feel like that's a little bit of leeway if we're talking about 30ths of a second here, and then we can I mean that's about it. Outside of that, it's just a little bit of run it from there and see where we're at.
So this I'm assuming that being a cell phone, this is probably what 30 to 60 frames per second.
Yeah, so when we're talking about videography or imaging, we have frames per second, which is how fast it takes the photo or how fast it takes the frame. And then we have shutter speed or exposure time. And so the difference is it's not taking a 30th of a second to take that picture. That's a separation between it taking the picture, if that makes sense. And so if your shutter speed or exposure time, and so if we take a phone into dark, an iPhone, and you try to take a picture, you're going to have to hold it there for 3 seconds or so for it to capture. It'll open up, right, capture all the light it can, and then process an image. And so we're seeing the exact opposite of that, right? It's 220 in Utah with no clouds. And so everything's even washed out. I mean, you look at the blue, it's got a white wash over it because the iPhone is maxed out aperture. It's collecting as little or minimize as much aperture. It's collecting as little as it can, as fast as it can, and then processing that. And so because of that, an iPhone shutter speed can go up to 1/50,000th of a second.
So your theory here is that it was a suppressed shot from up in the up somewhere on the second floor of that building, to Charlie Kirk's back and right. And it was meant to travel subsonic, which, for those that understand suppressors, that's going to greatly reduce the amount of sound that is coming from that firearm. But, because of, there's all sorts of weather issues that can happen, that a round can travel faster or slower than its intended use, especially when you're right on the edge of that, that sonic boom, so to speak. So now this picture here that you have here is very interesting, because this frame captured something. The problem that I have with this, and again, this is where I think me and Alpha kind of disagree with you on this, is the reaction that Charlie Kirk had when he got hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, have you done that, like, analysis frame by frame?
Yeah. So if you go to, well, I guess you can't pull it up.
I have this video here. I made this on DaVinci Resolve.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so you can see neck expansion. Right, if we're looking at a subsonic round or intended a subsonic round, we're not running 25 3000 FPS. We're running something like 12, and it's just going to pull through. It's not going to pull mass with it, right? I mean, if you look at anybody shooting, like there's been some people out there shooting pigs, specifically. Grand Thumb did a video on, I think it was 8.5 or 8.6 blackout. See, I'm not familiar with those rounds, but they did a video on it. And if I had to guess, that's what I would apply to it. And so I think the assumption needs to be any variable should be applied. And given that, we need to apply that variable to this. And so I think it's like an 8.5 or 8.6 blackout that the video they did on. And so it's moving a little bit slower. And so it's not going to do the actual, the same amount of damage that a 308, 762, or even, I would probably even say a 5.56 that's running, 3,000 FPS. It does neck expansion, but it's not like crazy enough to tear, to rip. And so I think it tumbles out, which is why the exit wound, I think you know what I'm talking about. We can disagree on that. That's fine too. But I think that's why the exit wound doesn't blow out. It comes through, if that makes sense. It doesn't have the same amount of force because there's not enough velocity behind it to carry, if that makes sense at all.
So, Alpha has done in depth on this. We've, both kind of done the assessment on this, and here's our assessment, and
Mm-hmm.
tell me where you go off on this.
Let me show them the video real quick, and I'll stop it before it gets to the.
I've been looking at this stuff for like the last 128 hours. I mean, y'all can just shoot it to me. It's up here.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, unless you want viewers to watch. I mean, it's fine either way.
Well, no, I'll stop it because it's before the carnage part that shows, because that freeze frame that you showed, the suspected bullet, like a lot of people were sending that to me for the same reason. So I was trying to find the video of where that frame came from. So when I found the video, and here
you have the video, the original.
Yeah. Well, it's whoever posted it on social media.
Yeah, it's pretty bad quality, but
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know how much.
That's the problem. I saw you had gotten the original for one of those videos, and that's pretty badass, because huge difference in terms of, artifacts.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume somebody's going to put together some Vegas version website. I don't know if you know about the Las Vegas website they have. I'm assuming somebody will put that together. They do. I'll throw that in there. I actually don't have the original. I think it's only like a 20 frames per second video. There's something better quality than what I have. So
what I wanted to show on this one is what you'll see, and what I think that freeze frame is you're going to see these bugs right now that are flying around.
I agree with you.
And like I said, I'll stop it, but I just want your assessment on if you think that the potential is there. I'll play it like the 7 seconds. So
I saw one.
There's another one. And then obviously, the shot comes after this, and I'll send you this one too, because when you go through the actual shot of this, that one that you're talking about, that's freeze frame, you see that, and there's actually two that come in almost similar, parallel to each other, and I'll send this to you. that come, and then one kind of curves up and the other one keeps going straight.
Right. No,
but
they move different for sure.
Yeah, they definitely move different, but they still have that, like that bug look to them.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what I wrote those off to. And like I said, I did the same through Final Cut Pro to try to get it as slow, but with it all being compressed video, it's still not the best. But I'll send it to you so you could take a look.
No, it's fine. I frankly, I agree with you. It looks like a bug. And this is why I sent it out to Twitter. This is why I want it 3D rendered. Because if we can 3D render it, then we can say, yes, it was a bug because it lines up or it doesn't line up with the other two, or the other two are just completely off. Whoever does the 3D render will have the answer. I mean, the answer is in that thread,
and they're doing it. So I got this from the New York Times, ran the scene through their CAD and AI version to come up with these three, like these like draft, like CAD top drawings. So I'll share these, Ken, if you want to bring this first one on the screen. And this would come from, I believe you had it labeled as possibly the camera 4 area. So this would have been for Charlie Kirk's, right?
This would have been Frank Turek's
yes.
camera. He was running FaceTime at the time. And
for the audience, that's Frank Turek's the one that had the white hat, the white shirt that people were saying was hand signals. From this vantage point and their drawing, and you can see that top building where the alleged shooters, where you got that other video coming from. Assuming that guy took that shot, does that, because this is down in a bowls, kind of how we explained it, it's an amphitheater that goes down. Is it possible, assuming that he was there, that guy took the shot, would you say from your experience that is a possible shot?
Easy shot.
Okay.
I say easy shot. Here's another inconsistency that no one's brought up. What did he shoot off of? He has no bipods.
I absolutely brought that up. He shot off his backpack.
CannCon says his backpack. I think it's the towel. I think that he had that towel, and maybe he put the towel there, and
he didn't shoot.
He didn't shoot off the towel. His backpack made. So Zeb, I 100% agree with you on that, and we'll get into that as we progress through this. But so here, my theory is this, and the problem with the theory that me and Alpha, I think, kind of agree on is, Alpha believes that this kid probably did take the shot, or it came from there at the very least, not necessarily him, but it came from that area. I don't think it came from that area.
Well, I have 4 or 5 independent people doing, whether they're TikToks or YouTube videos, saying that it sounded close, and they were all off to the right of Charlie.
So that was something that you and I talked about. And for somebody that's a layman and, hasn't been in combat, hasn't been shot at, that kind of thing, I kind of wonder, are they confusing the crack pop? Because like that's a really distinguishable sound, the crack versus the pop of the rifle, and the crack being the round hitting, which, by the way, we don't know where the hell the round hit. When it hits flesh, it won't necessarily make that sound.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
What are you talking about? You take your shots from like 800 feet away. We're grunts.
I mean, if the render is correct, and if I'm correct, which obviously I believe I am, or I wouldn't keep pushing this. I have no arrogance in being right. In fact, I've tried to put everything on live stream. I've tried to put everything on YouTube. I mean, you can track my thought process from minutes after Charlie was shot. Like we got the video, and we were live streaming video of Charlie the day of at 3 o'clock. Right, he was shot 2:20. Video comes out like 2:48. We're live at 3 o'clock. My entire mind is on the internet right now. If you want to track everything, it's about 10 hours, but it's there. And so, right, I initially thought that it was because you had the long shot video from the balcony. I initially thought it was a pistol from the right. That's just what it looked like to me initially. then we kind of did an assessment of, hey, where would somebody shoot if they're here? And then we saw a video or a freeze frame of the guy on the roof. And so we assumed he would be in that area, and then we got the freeze frame on the roof, and we're like, okay, that's him, that's easy. And then you get him running. I just don't think that's it.
So
and that's I have issues with why do they start the camera when he's already running? Why not start it from where he's being proned out so we see him with the I completely concede that. One of the things that I've been doing since it happened, I told Ken and the audience when we talked about it, I've been going through as much footage that I can find of people shooting level 4 ceramic plates with 30-06, like just all of it.
So that's where I was sitting at originally too, was body armor, reflected off body armor. But even a 30-06, man, it would blow his face off. Sorry to be blunt, but I mean it would if it ricocheted like that off of like a AR 500. You're not gonna have it's not gonna bounce like that off of ceramic into Kevlar.
Because I want to show you something. Because what I was telling Ken is in all these videos, there was something that I noticed, which it gave me hindsight. The creepers. I used to be on a tactical after the military, went to law enforcement, was on a tactical team there, and I was just like, all the videos I saw where you had the 30-06 hit like the mostly center mass on the plate. Mm-hmm. The plate was phenomenal at doing its job, even on like a second and third strike.
No, ceramic is fantastic.
But every single time it hit anywhere on the edge of the plate, the same thing happened. It hit and it pops out. And really? So what I was and so Ken, bring this up so I could show them it's this is one, and there's not gonna be no audio here, but I'll show it. I'll do it in slow motion. So this is what you see here. So it hits there, and then he'll flip the plate over. He'll do it again, and again it happens there with the plate being over. So, what I was thinking, because I agree with you. If the bullet was a straight ricochet, it's still gonna have that same velocity, and you're gonna see that nasty ass exit wound. Assuming that's the case, what I'm thinking happened is that the plate did what it's supposed to do as far as stopping the penetration, but that explosion that we see from this video, that it's shrapnel, or maybe even a fragment of the bullet, or something that goes in, creates that wound that's right there.
All right, so it's not without question, it's not a ceramic level 4 plate. It's just not. We have like super high def HD photography when he's walking up to sit in the chair, and we have that, and you can not only can you see his torso, you can see through the white shirt on both sides of his body. So we can see through the white shirt, and there's just no plates there at all whatsoever.
So this is where I'm in the middle of the road with both of you guys, because with Alpha, I don't think he had like traditional sappies in. Like
definitely not too big, too thick.
Yeah, too big.
That's no way.
Perhaps like a level 3+ like soft armor or something along those lines, specifically covering your internals or your critical organs, heart, lungs, and maybe upper intestines, lower intestines. I'm with you on that. Although, to be fair, on DEF CON Alpha, you guys showed the back view. Yeah, I've got.
I mean,
let me hold on. Let me put mine on.
Like, really? I mean, I'm not trying to be like, really.
Well, here's the other thing.
You know
too.
What I'm saying?
The three of us. Well, I'll say me and you. CannCon's more on the skinny side. We got more meat on our bodies. Charlie's skinny as hell. And here's the other thing too.
And if I lean over, it's like.
Because when you go to certain frames, you do see the roof. You see the roof of the plate, because I do believe it's a plate. Now I will say is
I'm assuming you watched the video.
Yeah.
You disagree with the wire?
With what do you mean with the wire?
With he winds the wire under his shirt, and that's what you see on when it comes up.
All right.
It's
I'm
undershirt.
Oh
actually,
no, I know he has an earpiece that's in and it runs through. So I'm not, I don't doubt he had.
Well, I'm saying that what appears to be the top of a plate is wire being pressured under the shirt. Right? It's just it's his shirt's looser, and so it just appears like it's the top of a plate. Listen, I was on plate theory. I was on plate theory until until I realized he had an earpiece in.
The other thing that so here's one of the reasons. One is because I do see the definitive like top of the barn for the plate on a couple of those frames. The other thing is, like I said, CannCon.
I'm wearing my plates. I got my plates under my shirt.
CannCon.
I can't see them. Can you? Where are they? I can't see them.
Well, you do have.
Can you lean? Can you lean over for me? Can you lean over for me?
What is that, like freaking 19? You got a 19. He's wearing the freaking 1980s vest or something like
I'm
that.
giving you a hard time, man. I'm giving you a hard time.
No, bro. I gotta listen. I'm gonna send you some of the new more comfortable gear that you can wear. You know, plates have come, you know, a long way, and I don't think he does have the traditional ones that we put in our vest back in the day. But I do think that he has one that's there. You know, the mic that he has, which would be his top right part of the chest, DG mic, whatever it is, that a lot of people thought that
I think it's one of the larger mics. I said it was a DJI mic mini. It's not a mini. He actually wears the mic on the inside and the magnet on the outside. And so what we're looking at is probably a DJI Mic 2 or a DJI mic, and the magnet is on the outside. It's a little bit larger magnet than the DJI Mic Mini, but it's virtually the same thing. Sorry.
No. That's also, I just, for those that didn't see the other shows that we're doing, I just wanted people to understand that, you know, I think we all agree that is a mic. And I do agree that it's the DJ mic, whichever one, whether it's the mini or the bigger one, it is a mic and it is the magnet. Like, completely agree with that. But the other thing too is there's a part in the video where he's sitting it, and the way it's folded over looks like it's resting on that angled part of the vest. That's there. So that thing kind of,
it's just weight. It's just weight from the mic. The mic is heavier than the magnet, and it's also holding the. It's also holding the.
By the way, didn't somebody come out now and say that he was wearing armor? That his wife made him wear it.
Sorry, it's also holding this this wire, right? So if we have wire, it's going to be pinned up on the inside. It's going to be holding this wire, and so this wire is going to be pulling it down, just from weight, in some form or fashion. However he had it, I don't know, but it was going. I mean, the weight itself, it's not resting on anything. It's just heavier on the inside, and so it's going to be turned down, and it's going to flex like this. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, because we did it all the time when we're doing UC work and all that stuff to conceal them. I mean, typically we would run the wire under the vest, so we wouldn't snag it and anything like that. But
he doesn't have a vest.
Well, I think that's where we split. To answer your question, Ken, they haven't confirmed it. They did provide a statement that she's always wanted him to wear it, but always wanting him to wear it, still not confirmation.
Yeah, sheriff's office denied it initially. No plate initially. So,
all right. So, Safe Life Defense hyper concealable hyperline level 3A vest is just 0.19 inches thick.
Yeah, but if it was a 30-06, it's going to go through a level 3A.
Maybe.
No, not maybe, dude. It's penetrating.
Depending, dude. Well, so hold on there. We don't know if it penetrated his chest cavity at all. All we know is that there was a deflection. So that could have been, like you said in DEF CON Alpha, that could have been a piece of the plate shattering up into his neck. Because I think all three of us agree that if the neck shot was an entry wound, that's not an entry wound. That is
where are y'all assuming it hit the plate? If there's a plate?
So I'll show you this video here, because so if you watch
his below his left collarbone area.
Hold on.
Would you not see like massive blowout from the shirt from that
angle?
You do.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You,
You have
see,
to do it.
you see a singular upward trajectory. You don't see a blowout, right? If you would see a blowout, it would be center mass. If you want to pull that video up, from it would be a straight on shot, maybe like whatever to cam 2 or 3 that I have.
All right, hold on one second, Zeb. So this is my biggest issue here is you see Charlie up there on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch, this is the frame before he gets hit. The next frame is that movement, the shoulders shrugging up. Now, you know, he's not expecting to get shot. He's up there calm, cool, relaxed, you know, whatever. So his first physiological reaction is going to be his body's natural reaction to whatever just took place. And so when he lifts his shoulders up like that and curls them in ever so slightly, to me, that is saying that he took a shot center mass.
Well, pull up.
So you agree center mass?
I agree somewhere in the chest cavity. And again, it's because of that motion right there. Right there. There.
You pull up. Do you have like a center shot?
I have this one.
Hold on, Alpha's got.
I can get to the center one. I'll show you this one real quick because I can do this one without us seeing the gore.
Can you go frame by frame?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stop it. So you're gonna see right here, and then you're gonna see right there.
I agree.
So right here, you see that blow up from the shirt right there. And then you'll see another part continue to kind of go up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, so this is where I'm.
All right, so let's go frame by frame. Let's start with frame 1 with the bullet on shirt, or what appears to be a bug on shirt.
Right.
You can go frame by frame or something close to it. Okay, so we go. All right, so that's the frame. No, that's not the next frame, is it?
So
no, that's
no.
That's why I asked if you could go frame by frame, Alpha.
Well, not on this particular one.
All right, so we bullet. Yeah, it is the next frame. It is the next frame. You're right. The straight up jump is the next frame. So that's the initial frame that looks like there's any movement going on. I think it's blowout from exit. And I don't know how to really explain that, but it's also the next frame that you see, it follows up with essentially sending whatever would be signals through that wire in the headset, which would make it appear like it hits center mass because it's wrapped around in a circle on its front side.
Which is that frame right there.
Correct.
And then the next one, I think it starts to come down. Yeah. Next one, it comes down. And then.
Because I think exit is a lot steeper downward than it should be, which is why on one of the front shots, you can see a small dark dot on his shirt right below his collar. All right, right there at his left collarbone.
Now I'll get you the video you're asking for from the front, so I could do that for you too. Let me grab that.
Yeah, that to me, that's the hardest thing. Is I know it's difficult to see when I'm in DaVinci like that, and you got a tiny little screen as opposed to a big one, but you can tell like his first reaction when something happens is that shoulders up and to the front, meaning you got hit center mass, and then.
I mean, yeah, it could just be expansion also from the inside, right? If we're looking at temporary cavity, I mean, it's not going to be that much, but I think it would be enough to satisfy. Again, I mean, I was sitting at center mass with a plate for a while too. I'm not saying that again. I mean, I guess that's what we're here for, trying to
figure it out
and see where we're at. Yeah.
So here's the one from the front. Let me go drop the mic. It's going to happen after the mic, so it should be coming here.
Yeah, see that scene right there.
I mean, I think the furthest thing out is plate top right corner. I think that's the. I think I honestly, man, I just don't even think you're close there.
Like right
It
above
ha-
where the
yeah.
D is in freedom.
If we're talking plate, it's going to have to be center mass. I just don't think you get to top right without massive blowout in the face, especially from 30-06.
That's what I think. The actual wound to his neck very well could have been a piece of shrapnel as opposed to the bullet tumbling.
Yeah, but where's everything else?
Well, I mean, that would require an autopsy and evidence, access to the evidence. We still don't even know what the bullet was. Like, they haven't confirmed that it was a 30-06 based on the bullet.
I haven't seen anybody look at this either. You need to look at I don't think the rifle itself, I mean, I could be completely wrong on this. I don't think the rifle itself is a 30-06, and you could easily figure this out. All you have to do is take the image that they're wiping from Google now that essentially doesn't exist on the internet.
The one in the box?
Yeah, they've wiped it. Google it right now.
Wow.
Google it. You'll see one image, maybe.
It's still on Twitter, though.
Yeah, it's still on Twitter. It's out there. They tried to erase it, though.
Wow.
So what do you think of potential like a 308 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was chambered for a 308.
You know what? That makes.
No, I got it on Google.
One? How many?
Hold on. I got it on Google a couple times.
Did you?
There's one here. It's a Facebook post, but
how recent? Breaking, or say Daily Mail.
Daily Mail.
There's a couple. If you Googled it not long after, for like next, I don't know, 12 hours or so after they posted it, it was everywhere. It was. I mean, that was all you saw. Every image was.
Well, if they said it was they said it was a Mauser 98, which, if you look up a Mauser 98, that's an old rifle, wood stock all the way down almost to the end of the barrel. It's like an M1 Garand type rifle. So if that's the case, if it was an M98, which I thought Alpha, you guys said, now they're saying it's a Remington 700.
Yeah, so Remington 700 action is what they were saying.
That's what you guys said on DEF CON.
I think that's what they were saying.
No,
or y'all were saying it was.
There's no law enforcement reporting that, but there's journalism.
Okay.
But law enforcement hasn't came out and said that.
So all I heard
matter of fact, I think in the indictment it might say 30-06. Let me go look real quick.
Yeah, no, they're pushing 30-06 for sure.
Because the alleged story is it's granddaddy's gun,
Well, we another thing we don't know is what type of ammo he was using. If he's using frangible or something like that, a level 3 plate is going to stop frangible. What are you looking up now, Alpha?
The charging indictment, because I think they might say the specific weapon.
Okay, so while you're looking that up, again, Zeb, going back to the original argument, I don't put it past, there could be alternative theories on the shots, and your some of the videos that you've put out are pretty compelling, but it's still, I go back to that first reaction from Charlie, and the very first thing you see, and this is something Alpha picked this up the day that it happened. Like, we went live, and a couple hours after it happened, and I think we were probably the first people that popped up the plate theory. I think mainly you. I mean, I went on the stream and did it. Well, this was like immediately following it.
That's. I mean, I was right there too. I mean, as soon as I realized it wasn't a shot from the right, that's straight where I went was a plate. Obviously, he's wearing a plate. I mean, we got 3,000 people. We're sitting in a bowl. Obviously, we wear plates, right?
Right. I would absolutely 100%. I would. I
wouldn't be there in the first place, but.
Oh, especially when you find out, and this is, not to harp on the security team, but when you know that there's only going to be 2 campus police that are there, there's no, it's a ticketed event, but anybody can still go. You just advise
nobody check tickets.
It just, I mean, it's easy to Monday night quarterback guys, and I hate doing it. And I actually think that this is a consequence of, you do 200 events, nothing ever happens, and what happens? Complacency.
So I've done some of these events actually, not security, but security anyway. So I've done some of these events with Uncensored America and with Myron Gaines. I've done a couple with him. I've done a couple with I did one with Owen Schroyer and John Doyle. It's not that organized. I mean, it's not as big as TPUSA and Charlie Kirk, but it is. We have a lot more standoff. We have 15 foot of stage, 10, 15 foot of stage, another 10, 15 foot of fence. And then even beyond that, the mic is another 10, 15 foot. And so we do that. And then we're not sitting in a bowl. Most of the time it's in a large auditorium or in a confined space that can still house a lot of people, like near the Russell House at USC, if anybody knows that. I guess he just needed more space, and I don't know. I don't want to bash the security team either, but man,
yeah, I'm with. Here's
a bowl though.
That's what I'm saying, and you have the 6 guys right there, and in his immediate vicinity. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you can have, and I was telling this to Brian, you can have a guy that's, right there at his, what would it be, his 3-2 corner, and you can have one on the opposite corner. They can address any threats that are there. Then you have, have a guy at least on the roof. There's so many vulnerabilities there as just to look it. Yeah.
I thought it was an utter failure. And I think in the indictment, or excuse me, in the charging complaint, it says that there was a cop that was up on the roof behind him surveilling the buildings outside looking for threats, and didn't pick up on that threat until after.
If you will if you'll pull up my Twitter real quick one more time.
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Speaking on cops. I feel like I'm okay with doing this. I posted a video from one of the after videos of some of this. If you scroll down, basically ask the question, can anyone ID this guy? And it is or any ID. Can we get an ID ? Should be publicly available.
How far down?
Just a couple more. There's that 8.5 video, whatever it was, blackout. 8.6 blackout.
There we go.
Yeah, pull that up real quick.
An organizer closer to Charlie's position said he was shot in the neck.
We still don't know yet.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, you know this guy in black?
No, that was interesting though.
Looked like you took a badge off or something.
All right, yeah. Remember his face. All right, now scroll. You could probably go to quote tweets on that actually, or scroll. You could go to the replies on this one.
That's interesting.
It's hard to tell, but if you go down, there should be a side by side of 2 guys. Yeah, Michael Johnson right here. This guy on the right is that's a TPUSA focus group that Charlie did back in July 25th of this year. Supposedly, I can't confirm they're the same guy, but you tell me they don't look like the same guy. Why are we running around with? He's supposed to be a head TPUSA college kid.
So the first thing that strikes me on this guy here is the guy on the left versus the guy on the right. And I know you're getting left side versus right side, but the earlobes are way off.
You think way off?
Yeah, way off. Like here, let me pull this picture up in a separate tab so we can zoom in on that.
I mean, he's carrying a badge. It should be publicly available.
Yeah, to me, those earlobes are way off. This guy's got rounded earlobes the whole way around, tiny little round ears. This guy's got long ears with a big separated, lobe hanging here. I don't think that's the same guy.
Fair. He's wearing a badge. It should be publicly available.
I agree with that 100%. Like the dude's wearing a badge and what are you trying to do there? And camera comes around and all of a sudden you clam up. But
it's very weird.
Yeah, extremely.
Because even if I was working UC, I'm not going to even have my badge out.
Yeah, but why would you put it away when you see a camera?
Well,
after you just put it on.
That's what I'm saying. You would leave it out. If you're gonna have it out, you're gonna have it out. There's a
We
reason.
still
you
don't
have
know
it
yet.
out. So pulled up the charging document. So the charging document does read, it's the first big paragraph on the probable cause statement. On September 10, 2025, approximately 12:23 p.m., Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking to a large crowd on the campus of UVU, Orem, Utah. Counts 1 and 2. Police found the suspected murder weapon, a bolt-action 30-06 rifle nearby. So the charging document is saying 30-06. They're also saying the suspected murder weapon. Yeah.
All right. So again, I'm going back. So my personal opinion and belief is the shot came somewhere from the front. Now, I think this is where me and Alpha disagree, and I'm not going to make a case one way or the other. I'm gonna toss this to you, Zeb, to be the tiebreaker here. I'm gonna play you 2 videos here. All right. The first one is this video here, and
put me on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot, brother. I'm putting you on the spot, brother.
Listen, Zeb, if there's anyone that's ever
hey, hush your mouth.
You don't know where I'm going with this. You'll like it. What I was saying, if we were ever going to bring someone on here to tell us, hey, look, fuck faces, you guys are wrong, it's going to be a Marine sniper. That's the only person we would accept it from. Anybody else would be
I appreciate it, man.
That's what you're talking about. Go home.
All right, so I'm going to show you this video here, and I want you to pay attention specifically to the crack of the rifle versus the crowd's reaction time.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Okay, so let's play that one more time. Okay, so the crack happens at 17. Now, granted, we're not going to get into milliseconds. We can round up here. So the crack happens at 17.
What the fuck?
And the crowd begins to react right here around 19 seconds. So about 2 seconds time between the first people beginning to drop and the crack of the rifle, or the crack of the round. That actually sounds like an impact rather than the gunshot itself. So now here's my theory. And let me play. This is the other video that everybody has seen here. And you're going to see the guy running on the roof. Now pay attention. This is the same crowd, just from a different angle, same side of the amphitheater. Okay.
So, can I just add? I just want to add that this camera shot, very odd timing and panning.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Continue. Sorry,
I agree with that. So we see here, crowd reacts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crowd reacts at 0 seconds. We'll give it half a second, and then you pan to here, and you already see the alleged guy on the roof up and running at 1 second.
He's fast, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. He's fast. He disassembled it. He had disassembled it and put it and stuck it in a bag and threw it over his shoulder and stood up and ran off in a matter of half a second.
That's the part.
It's so laughable, dude. It's so laughable.
That's the part where they're definitely bullshitting us. They're lying to us.
It's laughable, dude.
So being a school-trained sniper that has laid in the prone and taking a well-aimed shot at a target, okay, is there any realm of possibility that a 22-year-old kid who has minimal shooting experience, not anywhere near me or Alpha and nowhere near you, is there any physical way that this guy took a shot, ensured that he hit his shot, got his rifle, put it in a towel, and let's assume he already had the backpack on.
I think that's it too. He had to assure himself that he hit the shot. It takes longer for Charlie to start bleeding where he would know that he hit the shot than it is even showing him running, right? And so I think that's what we're looking at too, is he has to confirm he hit the shot. Otherwise, he's got 3 or 4 more bullets. I don't know. Dude, the guy reading off what was written on the bullets, hilarious. If you're reading this, you're gay. Hilarious. But anyway, I mean, he has to ensure that he hit his shot. That in itself doesn't give you enough time. I mean, time of flight for 200 meters at, what was it, 140 yards at 3,000 FPS. It puts you like a little over half a second, maybe. I mean, you're sitting at, I mean, that's not factoring in. That's just bullet flight. It's just not going to happen. You have audio? Okay.
Take to go 143 yards. At 3,000 feet per second, it would take 0.143 seconds to travel 143 yards.
I mean,
but you still have perception reaction.
You still have, yeah. I mean, it still takes him, I don't know, like another 8 frames to start bleeding. I mean, that's a third of a second on top of the 1.4 or 0.14 or whatever. Yeah, I mean, by the time he started bleeding, you're at half a second. It's.
I mean, look, even if the guy took the shot and immediately stood up and began running, he still couldn't react that fast.
And see, and that's my only issue is those 2 videos are still 2 different parts of the crowd.
They're the same crowd, but
it's the same crowd. But when you look at the lower level, you see
people.
You
could pick out an individual if you wanted to.
You
you have it in DaVinci?
I don't, but let's look here. It's the same crowd,
but the people react in waves. And that's what I'm saying. So it's which wave are we seeing react?
I mean, okay. Let me ask you this: how many seconds do you need to grant him?
I would say conservatively, because I agree with you guys. He has to make the shot, confirm he's got the shot, perception, reaction. Granted, he doesn't have the training that you do. You know what I mean? He's dealing with the adrenaline.
Let's say peak time. Let's say I get a shot off.
I would say
was the case, did they report the casing still in the gun? Did he rack?
Yes.
Okay, casing still in the gun,
which is also weird.
So shot confirmation.
I say it's a
breakdown. He's still got to break the gun down.
I'm not buying that story, man. I'm not buying the story that he broke the weapon down.
Even if he didn't break it down, he's running and the weapon is wrapped in a towel. So he still had to wrap it in a towel.
What if it never left the towel?
Now you're getting into conspiracy theories. To me, that's the most exonerating.
What if he never had the towel? What if he never had the gun?
Well, you see
I mean, we can run all kinds of scenarios. I know the one scenario that didn't happen is he pulled the rifle out and shot it and put it back together.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
We all agree on that one. That there's just no way.
Did you guys see the newest thing on this guy? I know Alpha saw it because I showed him before the show. Did you see the newest?
You're talking about the Dairy Queen?
I saw it. I didn't see it. I saw somebody mention it. I didn't see it.
So
this is Candace. Someone's released this hours after. This is hours after the shooting.
No, she released this today, this afternoon.
Right? Yeah, today. But this is him hours after the shooting. So
this is him at 6:38 p.m. 6 hours after the shooting, when we're told that he was texting his trans boyfriend, I'm hanging out by the rifle to wait till the cops leave so I can grab the rifle. In reality, he's 17 minutes away getting Dairy Queen, wearing totally different clothing.
I'll also add that TMZ published a video of him about 30 minutes prior to the shooting. He was over a quarter mile out from staging.
That's the other you have a 2-hour window discrepancies. You have the police report showing that he got there at one time, and then you have the governor saying there that he got, and there's 2 hours difference there. Now on the actual police report, it shows him. They document his time here. I'll find that for you guys.
Dude, that governor.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
I don't know anything about him except for what I've seen in these last couple of days. That dude needs to go, dog. Utah needs to get rid of him, dude. Quick.
Charlie Kirk was railing on him last year. Absolutely railing on him. And there's no question. Yeah. Charlie Kirk went ham on him. Like, he should be kicked out of the Republican Party. He should, somebody needs to run against him and all that.
Really? I didn't know that stuff.
Yeah, dude. He signed a bill in Utah allowing trans women to play in men's sports.
Oh, Jesus.
Or
he's a piece of work, dude.
So the
bill, I believe.
The indictment shows him entering on school property at 11:51 a.m. So it doesn't, now this doesn't account for the walking time from the van and all that. They're starting the clock at the time he was on school property. And they, according to surveillance, they're saying that was 11:51 a.m. their time local.
So before Zeb, today after our morning show, me and Alpha were hanging out and talking afterwards and kind of casing the joint with Google Earth or whatever.
Mhm.
And we found another building a little bit beyond the one that this kid was alleged to have shot from. And we were trying to get
let me try to bring that up.
Yeah, we were trying to get a good perspective, and I think we found what might have been a vantage
500-yard shot.
Yeah,
A 500-yard shot over the top of him.
Center mass, though. Center mass at that point. Assuming my armor theory, dude.
Nah, you'd have to drop it over the top of that building. I don't think you have that shot, to be honest with you.
That's why we need to find somebody that's in Utah, that's around Salt Lake.
That's what I was floating. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you.
Good.
Okay, so if you take my trajectory to the right, this is what I was looking at too initially, because I was trying to get the shot at like 140 to 200 yards, given it like a 300 FPS. There's a building off to the right. Are you on Google Earth? I can't even see what's going on. So there's a building off to the right, beyond the building with the staircase. That's another like 3 stories. And so I was looking at that to see if you could drop.
We can bring up what he's talking about.
It's fine. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can make that shot. Yeah. So if
we were looking at
big white building to your right, bottom right.
So the audience knows.
No.
Here's the hole down here, and then here's the location of the alleged shooter, and we're talking about
this building right here.
Here, I'll turn it around so I can change the heading.
You have an audio issue is the problem. Your
audio.
Yeah. So your shot and report doesn't allow for that far of a shot. Unless it's flying like 6,000 FPS per second. Yeah, you can't. You just can't.
Because I was telling CannCon that where he was shooting from would be in the way of that shot.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably make it. I mean, 500, you could drop it over top of his head. Even if you can't shoot, it's too risky though. You don't risk that shot on something like this, right? If you take a shot at the king, you don't miss, right? They already did that one time. Why miss again?
The guy that he's interviewing standing right in front of him. There's only 12 feet between him and the guy.
I just don't think you can make that shot. I mean,
because there was a location up here. But it just, to me, it looked too exposed because you have a walkway that's right here. But let me see if we can get right. We were saying, of course, it's not gonna want to work. Well, here,
I think his building is in the way. Again, I think you could make that shot if you could shoot that shot like 100 times practice and then do it one time real time. I mean, you would have to have practice shots. I mean, at that point you would have to apply what I've mentioned this a few times in a couple other streams. You would have to apply what's called loophole theory. Typically it's when you back off in a inside of a room and you have a small hole or probably 2 holes, a hole to see through and a hole for the bullet to go through, and it adjusts based on height of scope and trajectory of round. You could do this almost like a plunging fire. It would have to go over the top of the building. I just don't think there's enough elevation on a bullet flight like that. Along with you just don't have the audio for round and report. Even if you had a double shot, even if somebody else got a shot off, you would still have 2 reports.
And you're saying that
when you say 2 reports, you're saying that the kid shot as well?
Whoever, it doesn't matter.
So that's the thing. I don't think the kid shot. I think that kid was up there observing.
Yeah, fine, but you don't have the audio, right? So the audio at 3,000 FPS, if we assume 3,000 or 2,500 or something in that ballpark, you're looking at 140 to 200 meters, and it's just not there. It puts it where the kid is. And again, if you slow it down to subsonic speed, subsonic would be like 1141 or something like that, given the atmosphere. But let's just assume 1200. It puts you at like, I can't remember the math, like 70 to 90 feet, which would put me exactly correct on the shot from the right, most likely on the balcony behind what people were reporting was a bush up there at the time.
You're saying that this area right up here, right? Bring it up on the screen, Camcon.
There you go.
You're talking about this area right up here, right?
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Here, let me.
Again, the 3D model will tell you exactly where it is. I mean, as soon as somebody wants to push that out, it is what it is, man.
These are the windows that we saw the reflection symbols that you did, right? Or was it these sets? I think it was
down right, bottom right. Go to the stairwell, go right. Yeah, right. Nope, left. There's right there. Perfect. Right there. Right. Boom. Okay. That's your reflection in the window, I think. Pretty sure, yeah. Now, if you go, there's another video. I don't have the HD for it. If you go back in real quick where you just were on that stairwell. Go building left, go bottom right window, go over left one and go up one. Sorry, this is a lot. Go bottom right, all of the windows.
God, and let me zoom in anymore. Oh, there we go.
There you go. All right, go left. Nope, no. I was just single pane windows all the way to the right. Bottom right, we'll start there.
Gotcha.
Where's your mouse at? No. Big white building.
All right.
Go left one pane. Left one pane. Go up one pane. There's a video that shows what should be or the frame. It should be probably where the shot should have been taken in that frame, given everything else. I don't have that video. I don't know where that video is, but it exists. I think it's actually on YouTube in HD. I just haven't really searched it out. Honestly, I don't care to. I have everything else I need.
Now for this, we would need
there would be a flash. There would be a flash about right there.
But we would need either an open window or
a
window that shows damage, which that would have been reported. So this would have had to have been an open window then.
It wouldn't have been reported. But I agree with you. Yeah, it is all glass. At least from what I can tell, it's still all glass. Now, if you want to pull up, Google Charlie Kirk Memorial, and there's a Fox News image with a flag and the windows behind it.
Go to images.
Go to images. It should pull up. Charlie Kirk Memorial. Just type in Fox. Fox UVU probably. Yep, go to UVU. I wonder if it'll come up. Yep, bottom right. We might be one. That's not the one I'm thinking about, but you can pull it up. It's close enough. These three windows on the right. If we go left, and up to the very top. I think the bullet should be somewhere up there, if I'm correct.
So like up in here?
No. Far right. Far right of the entire image. Where it ends, where the bullet ends. 3 frames. We'll start at the end, go left, and up to the very, very tip top. It should be somewhere in that ballpark. No. We're talking single frame, single panes of windows, all the way to the far right of the entire image.
Oh, so
yeah, Yep, exactly.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, bullet shouldn't end up over there somewhere if I'm right. And also, they ripped all of the vinyl off of those windows afterwards. I think they actually replaced the glass at night, but that's very conspiratorial. There's another image of the Fox that it reflects differently.
I think we can all come to the safe conclusion that this is the grassy knoll of our generation, because If JFK had these type of resources in November 22nd, 1963, Oswald never would have been arrested. Jack Ruby never would have killed Oswald. And I pray to God there's no Jack Ruby lurking in the shadows waiting for Tyler Robinson, because I don't think that kid took the shot.
Well,
I don't think
you
it
have
makes-
you have two cameras. You have the girl that was to, if you're Charlie, she was forward of him and to the left. There's a girl that's on an actual professional video camera system, and then
they'll never release that.
And then you have the
They'll-
video camera system that's right behind them that they took down on a crime scene, which blows
my fucking mind.
Go to that. Do you have that video?
I have
tampered evidence video.
I have the pictures of it. I don't have the video,
fine.
but I posted
Pictures are fine.
pictures.
I have the video.
I might need video. I need video actually. Instead of looking at the tampered evidence guy, you need to look at the guy in the black t-shirt in the background.
I saw that. The guy, yeah, I saw you talking about that. To me, that video, the video that was behind Charlie is a high quality DSLR camera, good quality camera. And that would have told us everything. Like, we would have seen everything.
Where's that SD card at?
Bingo.
Where is it? Release the Epstein files. Oh, the black book's a hoax.
I don't want
to. There was never a camera.
I don't want to believe it, but when
they took it down, let me see.
When I saw the Eric Bowling interview, who is, one of the board members for Turning Point, when I saw the thing with him on Patrick Bet David yesterday, I think it was yesterday, where he was saying that Candace was on Charlie's, him and Charlie had a falling out. She hasn't been around Turning Point USA for several years now. Mm-hmm. Dude, she spoke at 2 events last year. 2.
Okay, so maybe I don't know if y'all remember this. I mentioned this other day in a live stream. I don't know if you remember, there was a release on a back-end website for TPUSA donors that you couldn't access to unless you had the URL. That basically said something to the effect of Candace is still working with TPUSA, but don't worry about her blah blah blah.
Anti-Semitic bullshit.
Yeah, basically it was donor only website access to TPUSA. It probably still exists. Somebody's probably got a screen grab of it. But yeah, it was like something to the effect of "Don't worry about Candace" or something like that. She's not official TPUSA or something.
Let me see if I can find this video. So this was Candace last year.
You guys, the last thing that I am going to say, strangely, this is such a crazy story. But as I was headed in here, I got a frantic call from somebody. They did. They called me and they said, Candace, something very weird is happening. The Daily Wire has sent somebody secretly to record you, an intern, a PR intern, to secretly record you, to catch you in a bad moment, in a bad light. And I think that intern's name, no, to be fair, it is never the fault of a person when their employer is sending them to do something that isn't good. But I would really love it if Ariana stood up. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's a little too intimidating for you too, but apparently she got an email at 10 p.m., hopped on a plane, is pretending to be a student. And so I do just want to say to Ben Shapiro, enough. Come out into the light. Really, come on. Let's do this debate. Stop sending interns to do your dirty work. I don't bite. I'm down for the debate. Charlie Kirk says he will fly you out. He will fly you out next week to Detroit, and we can do the debates on his stage. Thank you, Turning Point USA. Let's take some questions.
I mean, for Eric Bowling to come out and forget that Candace Owens called out Ben Shapiro, the founder of the Daily Wire, one of the other bigger platforms, that's unheard of. There's no way that Eric Bowling didn't remember that when he was talking to Patrick Bet David. There's no way.
Yeah, well, TPUSA is kind of shelved. On don't know why my audio is low. Kind of shelved Candace Owens for a while. She's still there, but she's kind of not there. To that point, I was going to mention something else. I don't remember. Anyway, sorry.
All right. Well, we got
that is commonplace in politics. Having a little minion run around, follow individuals, specifically if they're running a campaign against each other or something like that. They're very much assigned to be a fly on the wall and just be there, especially at like non-ticketed campaign events and stuff like that. I mean, it's commonplace.
All right. Well, let's run through our Rumble rants real quick. I don't know if we have any questions for Zeb here. Rebel Nader, now monthly supporter. Thank you so much. ZBM, this might make me a bad wife, but I don't care. My man just mowed over a wasp nest, and instead of being worried, I started recording and laughing because I've never seen him strip so fast in his life. That does not make you a bad wife. Totally random, I know, but had to share. Don't worry. He only got bit 5 times. Love you guys. Thanks. Reverhart 29. How do you tell the people in your daily life about a patriot like Boone, someone you have never met personally yet had a tremendous impact on your life? Never met you, brother, but will miss you. Amen. Amen. Physicist, look under the Prove Me Wrong banner under the O on wrong. The shooter is standing there in a white t-shirt pointing his gun at Charlie. Check it out.
No.
Nah, we went through that one already.
Yeah, I think
that's the most retort I've got is the white shirt guy. It's just not there, guys.
Yeah,
it's just not there.
Then that's the Frank Turek, right?
No, he's talking about the other guy. There's a guy sitting there that kind of does his hands like a tick. Yeah, and he does like almost a recoil when it shoots. But the problem is, prior to that shot, he's doing this the entire time. Like you don't take a hip fire shot and vibrating before you take that shot and hit perfect.
And the other
it just doesn't happen.
And the other thing too is there's zero muzzle flash.
Zero muzzle. Yeah. I mean, you could maybe accuse somebody of like a CO2 gun. Again,
I was about to say
the audio is an issue. The audio is a major issue for anyone looking into this. I mean, you can visualize this all you want, but the audio is your enemy. Yes. And a lot of people are just overlooking it.
Agreed. And for that reason, I've eliminated anybody immediately around Charlie Kirk as being the one that took the shot. Harry Vetch says, again, Army enlisted officer and officer in Michigan, and now through VA Voc Rehab, a current licensed medical provider in multiple states. You can't diagnose this. I don't know what that's referring to.
He's talking about just the entire scenario. I've gotten that a lot. Everybody says you can't know that. You can't know that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Not look?
All we're doing is speculating. Totally. That's all we pretty much can
do. I don't mean to be arrogant to your to your super chatters or whatever. What do you call them? Rumble rants? What do they call them?
Rumble rants.
Yeah, I don't mean to be arrogant. The problem is I've just been getting this same thing over and over and over and over and over again for 4 days. It's like I've retorted a lot of this, and I don't mean to be arrogant. I know it comes off that way. The problem is I call myself a retard collector, and so here we are.
Brother, you've got more experience than everybody here combined, so you're good.
I'm really not arrogant, man. I'm not. I try to have fun. It's just this thing it's like
I understand your frustration because like I tell everybody, what I try to apply, and I didn't have a chance to tell you more about my background either, Zeb, but went into law enforcement, did that, been a detective, went to homicide school, done a lot. So there's a lot of stuff that's just like the basic facts of, well, if you're saying it's this guy, then there's things that are going to be associated with that guy taking the fire. One, if it's a smaller gun, he's going to handle more recoil. Well, if you say, well, if there's no flash because maybe he had like a flash suppressor on it, well, then it's going to be a bigger object and you're going to see it. Like there's all these things to show that these things aren't feasible.
Right.
And it's redundant for us because of the exposure and the experience that we've had from it. So
it's like I've already played this scenario in my head millions of times before even looking at this scenario. It's like I've done it It's like if you shoot a long gun enough times, you can visualize a vapor trail and line of sight without even dialing in.
100%.
And so if you do it enough times, it's just in the mind, and you can. It's like if you visualize the apple, I can do whatever I want with that apple when it comes to guns and bullets and things. It's just it's like if you play chess, you can play chess in your mind at a high level. It just comes naturally at a point of exposure.
Harry Vetch, this is a reflection off frontal plate. I've done security at Nebraska football games, not lying. I've been there, done that. Also been in the Balkans and Overwatch. This is stupid simple, should never have happened. I don't disagree with that. Perception versus reaction is the whole argument. Agree with you, Alpha. 2 seconds is the minimum reaction. Well, you can hang out with Alpha because you're wrong. You and Alpha can hang out and be wrong. You cannot pick up a rifle in 2 seconds and already be halfway across the roof.
No, he's saying 2 seconds before he gets up to take off and run with the rifle.
Nah, get out of here.
I do want to commend y'all on disagreeing. A lot of times it's just a little bit of a circle jerk on a lot of these podcasts.
No, we're not going to circle jerk you, but at the same time, we're all three Marines. We're going to keep it very, very brotherly. So, and I would have given you that heads up going into it, but we didn't have much of a conversation because
I'm fine, man. I'm fine, dude.
But I figured you'd be okay with it. So you're a pretty strong-headed guy. So you'd be fine. I can. NC Gal, hello, my favorite Marines. Alpha, check your XDM. Is it possible the shot came from the guys beside him that were giving hand signals? I don't know. We don't think so. Big Mama T, thanks, gentlemen. Big Mama T, here's the rest. Thank you so much. RL Skeeter, thank you guys. Thank you, great show, but now I'm even more unsettled. And that's the bottom line, is everybody should be unsettled because we are not getting answers. We have no clue what the hell happened. And I honestly don't think Tyler Robinson's going to make his way to trial.
Yeah, me neither.
So, Zeb,
just to add a little,
we got to get out of here. G is going to rip our heads off.
You guys real quick is, the video where the guy's coming in, he's taking the hats, and and the video where the both those videos, I know not only did I have them bookmarked, I had them downloaded, and they're not in the bookmarks, which fine, they could take down their posts, but they're not even in my downloaded folder.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that they would be able to access hard drives if they're plugged in, but who am I? I don't do cyber stuff, so here I am.
Zeb, where can people find you online, brother?
Dude, they could, if they haven't found me now, dude, I'm not trying to hide. You can find me on X at Zeb Boykin, right here. Where is that? Zeb Boykin on X, and then on YouTube primarily is Outside the Overton, and anything else you want to get to under that is in that description. And then Rumble is just Zeb Boykin also. I'm probably going to change that to Outside the Overton at some point, just because YouTube's being bought out.
I gotta ask Zeb one question before we go, bro. It's important. It's probably the most important question.
Don't even fucking go there. I already know where you're going with this.
I'm going there. Zeb,
wait, where are you from, Zeb? Where are you from?
MCRD.
No, shut up. Where are you from, Zeb?
Where y'all think I'm from?
What part of the country are you from?
I'm East Coast, dude.
Okay, so there. Go ahead, now you can ask him.
You don't know.
I already know where you're going with this.
Which boot camp is the real boot camp? MCRD.
There's only one. Say it.
MCRD or that one over there on the East Coast?
Say it. Well, I don't even know what an MCRD is.
Forget the question. Stupid question.
Because he was going to say Parris Island is the only fucking Marine Corps.
It's the only one. It's the only one.
Pussy ass fag.
You guys trained with women over there.
Oh, we went up Mount Motherfucker. All right.
You got bit by
joining us, brother. Super 5, man.
Thank y'all for having me on. Thank you for the questions, and please continue to critique it. Hopefully we can get this 3D render out, and yeah, good meeting you guys. I hopefully I can entertain people in this space. I would like to be here. Like I said, I've been halfway retired from it for like 8 years, but I'll play ball, dude. I enjoy it. Maybe bring back some old memories and we can have fun together. But again, thank y'all for having me on, and maybe in the future.
Hell yeah. I'll be keeping an eye out, brother. Take care, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all gentlemen have a good one.
Deodorant should do more than cover you up. It should protect you all day long.
Dude, the deodorant stick is legit. I like the mint one. And, you know, you go work out and you kind of get like, you know, you get funky if you work out. Dude, like at the end of my workout, like I'm sweating, shirt got all those sweat. Like I'm like, dude, I still smell good. Like I absolutely love it. If you guys haven't tried it, try it.
That's the difference with Soft Disclosure. No aluminum, no chemicals, just clean, natural ingredients that fight odor and keep you fresh through every workout, every meeting, every moment.
I've always struggled with the like, you can't use aluminum deodorant because you're going to die if you use it kind of thing, because all of the non-aluminum aluminum deodorant products suck pretty much. Yeah. This is different. This is all day. You're all day good, and you're not putting any of that disgusting chemicals right near your lymph nodes.
Soft Disclosure deodorant, real protection, real freshness, built on truth. Available in mint and lemon grapefruit. Visit softdisclosure.com and use